This is the Rest of Everest video podcast, an almost unabridged expedition experience.
Well, hello again, everyone. This is Jon Miller from the Rest of Everest. This is just a quick bonus episode this Wednesday, the 23rd of May. I will be releasing this week's regular episode tomorrow, but it was a long night, and I just wanted to give everyone the good news that our friends Bryon, Oestrike, and Justin Hewitt from the LUNGevity team did summit Everest this afternoon in Tibet time, so late last night back here in the US, and it's just such good news. Just really proud of those boys, and it was so great to catch up with them this April at base camp, spend a couple of days with them, chatting, talking about just what's ahead. So I just wanted to give everyone the great news that they did summit. They summited with oxygen, but without Sherpa support, and that is quite a feat. And again, I'm so proud of these guys, and just wanted to share a little bit of some of the conversations that we were having at the very beginning of their climb back just a couple of days after they arrived at base camp. Here's Bryon. Okay, you guys have been planning this trip for about a year?
Yeah, 6-8 months.
Okay, but you're here now.
Yeah.
You finally came up the valley past the Rambuk Monastery. Boom. So what do you feel when you finally saw the up-close and personal view?
Well, to be honest, the most exciting part was that we had all of our equipment here, and that it actually made the trip, 400 pounds of gear to just wade through is overwhelming in itself. The mountain, intimidating, but not so intimidating because you know how long you're here for. The plume off the summit earlier today was pretty wicked and intimidating, just how high the wind speeds are and everything else. I think it'll be much more intimidating when we hit advanced base camp and there's less distance and just more vertical gain in front of us. But it's really exciting to be here. I can't say enough how nice it is to have all the logistics and the planning and everything behind us. Now all we have to do is eat and drink a lot of water and move slowly.
Okay, this is a very news question.
Okay.
I don't like asking these questions, but it's always worth getting an answer. What do you think you're going to feel when you get up there?
That's a really good question. As your body gets broken down, and even if you're running really hard or something like that, I'd say it's kind of more spiritual in a sense, because all the barriers you put up for yourself are kind of broken down. And so high on Everest, it's not a place to be emotional, and so try and shut that out of our minds. But I mean, it's hard to say. I'd say feelings will be a lot more driven towards my family and all the support, and of course my mother when we're resting and sleeping and that. But on the summit day, it's definitely business time and just moving as quickly and safely as possible, and just kind of keeping that in perspective. But because you're just plodding along on a step by step process, your mind wanders, absolutely. And it's hard to say now, but it's definitely, I think you get emotional at altitude, along with a million other symptoms, I guess, of altitude.
And it's just so much is up in the air, literally and figuratively. When you arrive at Everest, you don't quite know what to expect, but Justin had a few very well-formed opinions already, and I want to share those with you now. Here we go.
It's something that goes through my mind a lot, and it makes you nervous just because you haven't been up there. And I am excited to kind of see how myself and Bryon reacts, because obviously we got to keep a close eye on each other. Just you don't know what your physiology is going to be like up there, but it's going to be exciting. Very exciting. Hopefully we'll be able to do it without oxygen. I don't give us a good chance of that being the first time above 8,000 meters. So we're just gonna get up there and see how that altitude affects the mind and the lungs, and the HAPE and the HACE kind of stuff. So it's really just hard to say, but I do feel very excited about experiencing it and knowing how my own body is kind of going to become attuned to it, and just spending time up there and see how you adjust. Above 26,000 feet, or I think that's really close to 8,000 meters. 25.6 is 8,000 meters maybe. you know, they say you really can't adjust anymore to that. It's virtually impossible. And even above 17,500, they say there's only a certain amount of acclimatization you can do. So we're just gonna get up there and see and go with it.
Well, this was just a little short bonus update from the Rest of Everest about these guys. Again, you know, they were really climbing for a cause. They were trying to raise money and awareness for lung cancer research. You know, as you might remember from earlier episodes, or if you did follow the Tibet 2007 podcast, that Bryon lost his mother just several months ago to lung cancer. She was never a smoker. She was fit, she was active, you know, it just took everyone by surprise. And so this climb really was in honor of Jackie and, you know, again, to raise awareness. So please visit their blog, give them your congratulations. You can find them at www.climbforcancer.blogspot.com. And, you know, it's never too late to donate money to their cause. And there's information on how to do that right on their blog. So please consider doing that. If you have any questions, you can email them, or please feel free to email me and I'll pass everything along. So we'll rejoin the Rest of Everest 2003 expedition with the next episode tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. And again, I just couldn't wait. Wanted to get something out. So thanks for following everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.